Good morning and namaste. This is Frank from Ridgetop Yoga Retreat. I wanted to take a minute to share a story with you that I shared with our Holi Festival attendees the other day. And I think it was just a great story to share because it really shows how you can use yoga in your real life. The other day we had to open one of our rentals, and with that process, there's always, flushing the water lines and taking care of those things. And that always gives me a lot of stress or agita, anxiety, whatever you want to call it. If you know me, you know plumbing is not something I like to do. I have an unnatural fear of plumbing for some reason. So as we did this, everything was going smoothly, except the water heater wouldn't work. So I was trying everything I could do that I've done in the past to get this thing to kick on. It's an Insta-Hot. And Janine was helping, and she stayed calm through the whole thing. I was in the rain. I was wet. I was stressed out. So after hours of this, I finally said, "Hey, Janine, I do think we should just replace this thing." And she said, "Hey, that's cool." So I said, "I'll go to the hardware store, get all the stuff I need, and we're just going to do that." I was really stressed out. Went to the hardware store, got all my stuff, and, once again, it's not something I naturally like to do. So I finally realized, wow, you're too stressed out for this. What would I recommend to somebody in yoga class if this was them? And I said, probably tell them to take a breath, take a pause, regroup, and then figure out where you want to go from there. So I did exactly that. I standing in the hardware store, put everything down, take 2 deep breaths, and when I opened my eyes after that, I said, you know what? I'm going to put all this stuff back. I'm going to regroup when I'm calmer and figure out a better solution. So I called Janine and let her know. She said, hey, that's great. As I'm walking out of that store, one of the people I know through yoga was walking in the door. And we just start talking a little bit, and then they say to me, well, hey, what are you doing here? So I told them, and they could tell I was a little stressed out. And he's calm as a cucumber. Looks at me and goes, how can I help? Hands out and everything. Like, ask Jeeves. It's just a very calming moment because they were exuding calm. And I explained it to them, and they said, oh, well, normally there's 3 things with those. And if it's not one of those 3, you might have to replace, the unit. So he told me what to look for. I went home, looked for some of the things he said. Some of them I couldn't find. Sent some more pictures to them, and went back and forth with text. And after the things weren't working, they said, hey, do me a favor. You have a screwdriver? Tap that little white thing twice with the screwdriver. And I've been out here for 5 hours. I'm like, if this works, it's going to be earth-shattering for me. Boom, boom. Janine, can you try the water? It lights right up. Everything's great. So I thanked them a million times. Couldn't be thankful enough. And, joking around, they said, hey, it pays to know which white thing to tap with the screwdriver. So the moral of the story for me is it's very easy to tell people in yoga class, take a breath, calm down. Well, we're all in a yoga studio and everybody's relaxed anyway. But I think it's just beautiful when you see it work in the real world. If I didn't stop and take that breath, I would have been agitated, made bad decisions by buying a bunch of stuff I ended up not needing, hundreds of dollars worth of stuff. If I didn't take that breath and calm down, I wouldn't have been walking out of the store at that particular moment. And the other thing I talk about in yoga is Janine and I made a conscious effort a number of years ago to surround ourselves with good people. And by that I mean people that have your best interest at heart, people that bring positive stuff to your life. And it's a two-way street. You bring positivity to their life. You help them when that's what friends do and acquaintances do for each other. And I think the fact that we know people through yoga, like the gentleman I ran into, um, just a great guy, willing to help and put himself out there and help a friend in need. And I just felt like that's such a great message with yoga. Taking that breath, taking a pause, and surrounding yourself with good people. And we are so fortunate for what we do and to see the benefit it has on our life just as well as the people around us. It's a great relationship to build with yoga and a yoga community, with trying to live that lifestyle. What we practice in the studio is for us personally, everybody individually. But what we take into the world, that's what I really believe is our yoga practice. Thanks for sharing this moment with me. Namaste and have a wonderful day.